of the Improvement District of Houston County Country Crossing Project and the Board of Directors of the Cooperative District of Houston County Country Crossing Project. The Board of Directors for the Improvement District are Alan Clark as chairman, Henry Barnard, who is just listening by phone but not present for purposes of a quorum, participation, or voting, and Ronald Cliff Mendham. The members of the Cooperative District of Houston County Country Crossing Project are Rochester Johnson, who is here, Molly Dulac, who is here, Alan Clark, who is here, Ronald Cliff Mendham, who is here, and Dr. Barnard is not present but is listening to the meeting, but he's not present for purposes of participation or voting. The first item that I have, and I started down this path, relates to the Improvement District resolution. It's a short one that has, it looks like this. There's two that look just alike. One's Improvement and one is Cooperative District. Is that? Yes, you have it. And I will read the resolution into the minutes. Whereas the Board of Directors of the Improvement District of Houston County Country Crossing Project, Improvement District, desires to appoint and retain Gary Sherrer of the firm Sherrer, Jones & Terry to serve as Improvement District General Counsel to represent the Improvement District in all lawsuits and matters except that certain civil case or proceeding in the United States District Court for the Middle District of Alabama, styled U.S. Bank National Association, as trustee for the Cooperative District of Houston County Country Project, $21,325,000 revenue bond series 2009 and $7,735,735 revenue bond series 2012 versus the Improvement District of Houston County Country Crossing Project et al. Case number 12CV 00930-WKW-TFM. Now therefore be it resolved by Board of Directors of the Improvement District that Gary C. Sherrer is hereby appointed and retained to serve as Improvement District General Counsel to represent the Improvement District in all lawsuits and matters except that certain civil case or proceeding in the United States District Court for the Middle District of Alabama, styled, and I won't go through the reading of the style of the case again. We just need someone on the Improvement District to make a motion to adopt that resolution, if you wish to do so.
So moved.
I'll second.
It's R. Cliff Mendham makes a moves to adopt the resolution, seconded by Improvement District Board Member Alan Clark. Upon said motion being put to a vote, the following vote is recorded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. I will need to get, I'm going to put, I need to get you folks to sign two of these for me. I'll retain them to records. As you may already be aware, there are 4 lawsuits that have been filed that relate to the Improvement District and or the Cooperative District. Some of them have just done Cooperative District, but they all encompass each other at some level. 3 of them relate to liens on the property that have been filed by people who either provided services or products for the construction of certain parts of the project that are suing everybody, developer, everybody, and the Cooperative District is caught up, the Improvement District is caught up in that as well. One is a trip and fall case that is out there, and based on a conversation that I had with Alan Clark, and I went ahead in order to protect the boards in those 4 cases and have done an entry of appearance. One of them was set for trial like March 15th, the Lucky Lawn case, March or April 15th, I don't remember exactly when it was. So I was able to get that put off. If for some reason you didn't want me to represent you, then we could do something different, but I was protecting the records. Those are all in state court. But I have done those things on the board's behalf. So.
I mean, this resolution we just did, doesn't the cooperative district have to vote on it too?
We're going to, I've got another one.
Okay.
Got another one.
I like when we're doing them together, okay.
Yeah, the other one, there's one that is. But just to keep everything straight, I need y'all to sign off on, you and Cliff, on those. They're going to be a duplicate original. I've noted that Dr. Barnard is not present, but for the record, he is listening by telephone. There should be two of them. The next resolution relates to the Cooperative District. Cooperative District consists of members Rochester Johnson, Molly Dulac, Alan Clark, Ronald Cliff Mendham, and Henry Barnard, M.D. It is an identical resolution to the other one, except it is for the Cooperative District, not the Improvement District. So I'm just going to offer that resolution with that representation to the board members, and I think I've given them to you. You've had the opportunity to look at them. It retains me as general counsel for the Cooperative District and to represent the general counsel in all matters except for that United States District Court for Middle District of Alabama case involving U.S. Bank and Improvement District et al. So I will not have any part in those. So of the 4 members of the Cooperative District who are present, if you wish to adopt this resolution, we need a motion and a second.
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm sorry. I got you too. Circulate these two for everyone to sign. If you want to. While they're doing that, I would notice that I would put on the record that notices were posted at the courthouse, outside of this office, and of these meetings, and at the administrative tower, the county commission, and copies of the notices were sent to media members who had indicated that they wanted to be given notice of the meeting. And both of those notices were done by me at Alan Clark's request on behalf of the board. Now that somebody wanted a copy of the notice, I've got that to give at the end of the meeting if anybody wants to. The third resolution is related to representation of the improvement district and the cooperative district in that federal lawsuit that we talked about, being the Middle District of Alabama. Let me just reference it by case number 12 CV-00930 WKW-TFM. I will read that resolution, but for the full citation of the case that it's related to in the record. Whereas both the Board of Directors of the Improvement District of Houston County Country Crossing Project, Improvement District, and the Board of Directors of the Cooperative District of Houston County Country Crossing Project are currently unrepresented in the civil proceedings styled and numbered, and that's the U.S. Bank National Association versus Improvement District and others, case number 12 CV-930-WKW-TFM, otherwise referred to as the civil action. Whereas U.S. Bank National Association, as trustee for the Cooperative District of Houston County Country Crossing Project, has declared through its counsel, and I think its counsel's here today, and that is Will Somerville, and then we also have here John Forrest, who is the in-house general counsel for Lord Abbott, is that right? Has declared through its counsel that it will dismiss the civil action, which is a federal lawsuit, if the counterclaims filed against it in that proceeding are withdrawn. It is hereby resolved by resolution of the Board of Directors of the Improvement District of Houston County Country Crossing Project, Improvement District, and the Board of Directors of the Cooperative District of Houston County Country Crossing Project, Cooperative District, that the Improvement District and Cooperative District hereby appoint and hire Herman Warren Cobb, Jr. as their attorney for the specific purposes of filing an appearance and defending the districts in the civil action. The district specifically authorized Herman Warren Cobb to dismiss the counterclaims which have been made against U.S. Bank and to otherwise take steps to effect the dismissal of the entire civil action without prejudice. If you wish to adopt that motion, we'll do from the Improvement District first. Do I hear a motion to adopt that resolution?
I'd like to make a comment. Maybe I ain't even thought. I'd like to give a little comment here, make sure you know where we're standing. I know I've talked to you briefly, just are you interested? That's far as I got this thing. I think maybe we need to maybe.
Well, why don't you go into executive session with Warren Cobb, and that way you folks can discuss the lawsuit and the matter, and the rest of us will leave the room, turn off the recorders.
I'd like to do that personally, yeah, John.
I would too.
Warren, you have a letter with regard to that, and I think some minutes for them to do in order to go into executive session with you.
Yes.
We'll just need a motion by the Improvement District to go into executive session to discuss a legal matter as done on the excerpted minutes that are going to be presented by your lawyer, to formalize it for purposes of discussing a legal matter with your lawyer or proposed lawyer, Warren Cobb.
So
that
moved.
first.
I'll second that.
It's a motion by Cliff Mendham, second by Alan Clark. All in favor? Even though you're not on the improvement, that we appreciate your participation. That motion passed. We also need a motion by the Cooperative District to go into executive session with Warren Cobb to discuss a legal matter. And Molly, you can participate all you want on this one.
That's so moved.
Okay. Mr. Johnson moves to go into executive session to discuss the matter with Warren Cobb. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Dulac. All in favor?
Aye.
Now, the ground rules for executive session, as your general counsel is, that you can talk with your lawyer about the litigation, but you're not to make decisions or take any informal votes or anything like that with regard to what you discuss. It is for purposes of attorney-client privilege. Okay? So